Welcome to Bitching and Moaning, the podcast where we talk shit, spill the tea, and say all the things you're definitely thinking about but shouldn't say out loud.
We're your hosts. I'm Stephanie with Patricia, and together we're your weekly dose of sass, laughs, and just the right amount of bad decisions.
From sexy stories to petty rants, nothing's off limits. So grab your wine or your drink of choice, loosen your morals, and let's get into it.
Because if we're not bitching,
we're probably moaning.
Surprise!
If you haven't noticed,
we are debuting our new set. So we figured since, we're all about bitching and moaning, we want to kind of go with the color scheme, which is our black and red. We have our beautiful little red pillows with the lips on it, and you can see the lips in the background. So so we hope you enjoy it. So we got pretty excited to put it together.
Very excited.
Yes.
And we love that we had some really great input on helping us with our new set design. So thank you. You know who
very
you are.
much. Yes.
And women helping women. So
exactly.
We are so grateful for the women in our lives and them helping us, and even the men with our podcast. So welcome to Bitching and Moaning. We have a wonderful new set, and we're getting a little comfortable today. I'm going to tell you, I have a lot of bitching today. I had a beautiful day, but then I have some bitching to do. So let's talk wine.
Yes, let's talk wine. So I'll let you go first this time. I usually go first.
Excuse me. So I have my Messina Hoff. I needed it today. What's crazy is we are members of Messina Hoff Winery, because you guys know I love it. And today was like a pickup party where you go pick up your wine for the quarter or whatever. And I missed it because I was doing something a little more fun. Not that Messina Hoff isn't fun. Yeah. It's a blast. But my husband took his parents, which was really nice to have a day out. You get free wine and free food, and you get to pick up your wine. And it's like, cool. Oh my God. So he was so nice enough to bring me home some of this yummy, sparkling almond flavored wine.
Wow.
So it's bubbly, as you can see. It looks kind of like champagne a little, but it tastes literally like almond cake, which my daughter has. It's her favorite. So when she gets home, she's going to come visit me this weekend. I'm so excited. I'm going to share some of this with her. But yes, this is almond sparkling wine, and it is regular wine, but it's sparkling. But it's so good, and I love it. So
that looks amazing. I'm looking at it. I'm like, I want some, but I have mine.
I know, it's like a little bubbly.
So I have a cupcake. I have to look the label. Peach Moscato today.
Okay. Ooh,
so it's again fruit and then Moscato, which I love, and it's a little bubbly. I had a little ice to it just because it was warm, so I want to cool it down a little bit. But it said it has a hint of nectarine with it as well.
Okay.
So I'm staying with my fruit, and then of course cupcakes sounds like I'm eating cupcakes too. So that's what I went with today.
That's such a great
Keeping
brand
it light.
too.
Because
it's gonna be heavy for me.
Yeah,
I'm a little upset today. But anyway, good deal. So cheers to our new set. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yes.
And let's rock and roll, huh?
Oh, that's really good.
Oh, so good.
Yummy, yummy. I love wine.
I know.
All right, so girl, tell me about what's your bitchin' today.
So this time of the year in Texas, we have something called the Texas State Fair, and it's so much fun. It is like people come from all over the world because it's like one of the biggest fairs in the country and the state, whatever. And it's held down in Dallas area, and it's so cool because they have rides. They have like a whole carnival section, this big Ferris wheel that has like kind of enclosed tubes,
It's
like
huge.
Yeah. And food and events, like they have car shows and lots of vendors out there and big Texas out there, So I'm going to have a couple little videos because I did interview somebody. So I'll put that in. Maybe I'll put this in or our social media. Make sure you check that out. And it was just a lot of fun. I got to go with my sisters,
Aw.
and it was a great time.
Good family day.
Here's where my bitching comes in. I'm going to bitch. Why is it that these fun, great things that you want to do, family events, whatever, cost a fortune?
Yes.
A fortune. It's like you're going on vacation for a day.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, their tickets, the last time I went, the tickets were like 50 cents a ticket, right? And then
For the like food coupons.
food and drinks and whatever, and 50 cents, and then you didn't have to buy that many. You can get a drink and something to eat. Okay, well, they're $1 a ticket now, and I'm going to give you an example. A turkey leg that everybody usually gets at fairs and stuff, 24 tickets for one turkey leg.
$24 for a turkey leg.
$24.
Oh my God.
And I'm thinking, I was just kind of, my sisters and I went, so my husband, their husband, everybody stayed home, except the three of us. And I just thought, like, I spent, enough money, $50 just for me. Can you imagine a family of 4 or 5, taking your kids who want to try everything, want to go on rides, I hate that. That's my bitch. It's like, why can't they make it affordable? And yes, I know the economy is bad and all that, but still, how do they expect people to make money if they're charging so much,
Right.
Because I guess that's one of the reasons we really don't go anymore. I took my kids when they were in high school, and I think that's probably the last time I took them because it was really expensive. I mean, even like a drink. So I sent my sister a bunch of TikToks, and to show her like what kind of food. So they are known, the Texas State Fair is known for frying everything.
Everything.
Butter.
Yeah. Peanut butter and jelly was one, I think,
cotton
too.
candy, Oreos. I mean,
Yes.
every year they add new stuff to it, right? So, of course, social media is very overwhelming with all this stuff. So I found some things on there that had the highlighted things to eat. And I sent it to my sister. And she's like, make sure you tell everybody out there in social media world that because of social media, she found some things she wanted to try. And she wouldn't have known about it at all. And we searched high and low for like one thing. It was really kind of cool. It was this coconut that they shaved all the coconut part of it, the hairy part stuff, and they make a hole in it. They put pina colada mix in there. It could be with alcohol or without. And then they put ice cream on top of it. So good. But just that without alcohol was $24.
Oh my God.
With alcohol was $32. I was going to get the one with
crap.
alcohol, and I was like, no, I don't think I need that.
I don't need $8 worth of alcohol, and this is expensive already.
I just, so what else we had? We had a funnel cake, of course.
Yep.
We had, oh my gosh, we had a fried cheesecake.
Oh, those are good. Yes.
So good. We bought one and we all shared. Yeah. The tacos were amazing. And then I think my favorite thing is because, again, I'm Colombian. My mom, who's not around anymore, she used to make my favorite dish, which was arroz con pollo, and that's rice with chicken. But she always just made it such a special way. And whenever I was sick, she would make it for me. Well, they had arroz con pollo fried. So I think what they might have done was taken, like, maybe they took a little scoop of rice and chicken, rolled it up, and then put batter over it, and then stuck it in the fryer. Because it had, like, this red kind of little spicy batter to it, and then they gave you salsa, but oh my God, it was so good. It was, we were getting full, though, but it was so good. But my bitching, and here's another one. Yesterday we went to a pumpkin farm thing. And again, you got to buy tickets, and a hot dog was $10. A hot dog. And I saw this lady in front of me. She had four or five kids with her, plus like her mom or whatever. And they were buying chicken tenders and hot dogs and hamburgers. I'm like, oh my God, you can go to like a nice restaurant. Yes. But I get it, but that's my bitch for that. I don't know if you've ever had experiences like that.
Yeah, well, it's funny you talk about yesterday. I had one. What's today? We record on Sunday, so it was Friday night, and I had got by getting my nails done, and I called my husband and I said I feel like Chinese food. So I was like, well, why don't you call a little place, order some Chinese? And I said this is what I want, just something small. I wanted egg roll and some sweet and sour chicken. Well, my husband's eyes are sometimes bigger than his stomach, but then he also thinks, if we're going to pay money and have it delivered, well, maybe it could be leftovers for the next day, right? So he's trying to think of it that way as also, so we don't have to go to the grocery store.
My husband's the opposite of that. He's like, no, we can share one meal.
Yeah. So he does the order, and I happen to get home in time to hear him as he's placing the order, and he keeps adding and adding and adding, and I'm like, are we feeding an army? I'm like, it's just he and I. There's no kids else. And it's like I have my one little thing, and he's got like 4 other things that he's added on, and then a side of this or whatever. Well, then all of a sudden they're like, okay, the total's $82, and I went, holy shit! Gosh. I was like, $82 for Chinese food, and I'm like, that I don't know. Crazy. It just I don't remember it ever being that much, and so just the price of stuff is so crazy
really
how much it is. So,
and we get it. I mean, we understand where the economy is and all that, but it's just no fun when you have to pay that kind of money, and I just feel bad, like, what happens when you have a one income parent or one income family, they can't afford to take their kids out there, and I guess you can bring sandwiches and stuff and whatever. I remember when we were young, we were really poor, and we'd go to Six Flags, which was, oh my God, I think it had to be like, you were turning like a special number, and it was like 5 or 10, whatever it was. But it was a big treat because my mom was, my mom worked very hard. But I remember when we went with my cousins and stuff, we'd bring coolers and leave it in the car. And then when we'd come out and have our sandwiches and our little snacks and whatever, and then we go back in. I think sometimes nowadays, do Six Flags let you go in and out?
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I haven't been in a while.
I know, I haven't been in a while. Know. But even if we had food in the car, we parked like a mile away. So I'd be like, I don't want to walk back. Let's just go, Yeah. But anyways, that was just one of my bitching from the fair today. Even though it was fun.
So I was thinking about, I knew we were going to talk something about how things cost. So I just looked up some things just from last year to this year. And I think everybody knows eggs, right? That's the biggest thing. But they went up 31% from last year. Coffee's 33%, and I don't know how many people can do without coffee in the morning, but that's huge. Car insurance is like 12% higher. Home insurance is 8% higher. But again, depending on where you live, for our house, it went up 37% in a year.
Wow.
So it's just like everything is so expensive. And I even looked up, I like Taco Bell. It's a little guilty pleasure every once in a while, but I remember when like a burrito supreme combo used to be like $3.59. It's like $8.79.
Oh my God.
I was like,
for Taco Bell.
Yeah, exactly. And then Chili's, one of my favorites is the sirloin that's there. I get it with the mashed potatoes or broccoli, whatever. And then I usually get like Southwest egg rolls as an appetizer.
Yeah. I like those.
$31 just for those 2 things. And I'm thinking, God. I can't imagine. That's not even really a lot. Appetizer. It's not a lot of food. And then, if you get a drink on top of that, a beer or whatever it is. But I was like, that's outrageous. So that just everywhere you go, I
feel for people. I mean, I feel for us too. We try not to, do that much, but sometimes it's hard. And then I think about like our kids who are, they're like the Gen Z, right? That's what they are, and they're having a really tough time. They all have jobs. They all work their butts off, but like trying to make ends meet is not easy for them. And I mean, it wasn't easy for us either growing up, but as a mom, you're just like, how can I help without enabling, And because you want them to work hard, you want them to be able to support themselves, but gosh, gas and insurance and all this other stuff is just a lot.
I can't imagine today being a single mom, because I was, so when I left the girls' dad.
Hang on, let me stop there.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we were single moms for a very, very long time. Our kids are in their 20s. Yeah, so we were single moms. So we can't imagine. It's just different now because our kids are grown.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough that I didn't have to pay for daycare. My my ex-husband's mom stayed at home.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't have any worries, or I wasn't concerned because they were with family, and I just cannot imagine putting myself in that situation today. You know, I wouldn't have anybody to be able to help, and how much just daycare is. It's astronomical. So, you know, I try to think about if I was having kids, young kids now, I would probably be on food stamps or something, because we were barely making it before. And there were times where, you know, my kids ate and I didn't, right? Because you just couldn't afford it. So today it's so much worse. So my heart goes out to anybody that's struggling, because it is hard today.
Yeah,
things
we
are
feel
just
for you.
expensive.
We feel for you. I mean, and we go through stuff too ourselves. You know, we have bills, we have stuff, and you know, it's not an easy task.
No, it's not.
And especially since we're like getting up there where we want to not have to work anymore.
Yeah,
you know. Yes. But we've worked since we were teenagers, you know, and now we have to worry about, like, do we have enough to
retire
and, you know, just be able to pay whatever, your car, your insurance, your, you know, groceries, whatever. Yeah. And so, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
So here's my second bitch.
It was a week.
I need another drink.
Okay, I'll drink with you.
So I'm going to go back to one of the past episodes that we talked about. It was probably a couple episodes back, but we were talking about a pretty heavy topic about, you know, assault from men and all that, you know. We're at the Texas State Fair, and I'm with my sisters. I have two older sisters, and they are like, like this thing here. I know, I'm weird. Got a squirrel?
Yeah.
Sorry. And they're very protective over me because I'm like 5 and 6 years younger than they are. But we're all very close. And so we're at the state fair. We're wrapping it up. We sit down at a bench. My one sister gets some food. I had a funnel cake. We were sharing. You know, we're all sitting there. And they give you spoons everywhere. I don't know why they don't give you like knives or forks or whatever, but I knew we were going to split the funnel cake. So I found some knives and spoons and forks. So I grabbed a bunch and we sat down and we're eating away. And there's a bench next to us, and there's two like 18, 19-year-old kids waiting for their parent, right? And so my sister comes back, she sits down, she's like, oh, that guy's kind of weird. Well, we're eating, and all of a sudden, the guy she's talking about comes over to our table, and he says, because he sees all my silverware, right? And he goes, hey, where did you get those knives from? And I was joking, because, you know, I'm a jokester, right? I picked up the knife, and I said, you can have it for $10. Joking. And I do that all the time, you know? I mean, it was just funny, you know, because I was looking for a knife earlier, and I couldn't find one, because we were all splitting everything, right? And they just gave us spoons. So he goes, I can give you a kiss. And I was like, I said, how about what's in the bag? He had like a little bag. It looked like a jewelry bag. I said, do you have any jewelry in there? He's like, no. I said, I'm just kidding. Here you go. And I gave it to him.
Yeah.
Ooh, my oldest sister was livid. She was so
That's insane.
pissed. So he goes and sits back down, and I was just like, it never changes. You're just sitting there minding your own business, and some dude comes over and offers me a kiss for a knife, which is, you know, I think most of you are going like, oh, that's not a big deal. You guys were joking, you know? And it's weird because, first of all, what if he was with his wife or significant other? Would he have said that?
No, probably not.
Probably not, right? What if I was a male? Would you have said that? No. And so then my sister is stewing. She's like so mad. I'm like, Martha, you know, my sister, I'm like, you know, it happens often. What can you do, you know? And she's like, is he with anybody? And I'm like, I think he's with older kids over there. And it just boiled up. So he comes over to get condiments. She stands up. She's like, I gotta say something. I'm like, oh no.
God. Oh no.
I'm like, oh shit. And so me and my other sister are going, oh no. Because now it's already happened.
Yeah.
If anything, we should have said something right then and there.
Yeah.
But now it's a big production, right? So she gets up and she walks over to him and she's like, you know, that was really offensive what you said to my sister, and you owe her an apology. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, crazy.
Here
you go. And we're just like, shit. And, you know, she was kind of loud about it. And God love her. I love that she protects me, you know, and we were talking about this, how we want that protection, you know, I don't care who it's from. And so then he walks over and he's like, hey, I'm really sorry. You know, I thought we were just kidding. I said, you know, it's all right. It's all right. And so she's yelling at him going, you should be careful what you say to women. And like his kids are like, what's happening, you know? So she sat down. I was like, oh, look, I'm all nervous now. I was like, I appreciated her sticking up for me.
Right.
That's how we were raised, to defend each other, to stick up for ourselves. And, you know, I made that clear in that last podcast about that episode, you know, that I will say something to somebody. I didn't want to cause a whole big scene because, you know, then I didn't want to be like, what are you doing, you know?
Right.
It's a tough position to be in, but it's also an awkward one.
Yeah.
And so I mean, it was awkward for me, but I can imagine what he had to go back and explain, like, Dad, what's happening? Well, you know, I came on to some chick for a knife, you know? But, I mean, why didn't he say, like, I'll give you 10 cents, you know, like, jokingly, but it's physical, it's sexual, whether it's a kiss, whether it's a pat on the butt, whether it's whatever, don't.
Yeah.
Do not with women. What the fuck? I mean, I was just sitting there minding my own business. Honestly, I was wearing this. This is what I was wearing at the fair today. And I'm just like, and it really shouldn't matter what you're wearing. Just don't approach women like that or people like that.
Right.
Just don't. So
I mean, like you said, he could have said anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, I got a pencil in my bag from the car show I looked at.
Or you want this fan? It's so hot out here, you know?
Exactly.
It had to be something like that.
Yeah, why did it have to turn to that? Why was that the first thing he thought of that he thought was going to be funny in the moment?
Right. And I didn't say, hey, you know, what are you going to give me for it? I just said $10. And I do that all the time, even like with women and stuff, where they're like, oh, do you have any napkins here? You know, oh, $50, you know, just joking. But I don't know. I would never say something like that. Mm-mm. Can you imagine, like, if I went up to a man and said, can I have a kiss for that fork? I mean, how awkward would that be?
Yeah.
So why do men think that they're entitled to say whatever the fuck they want to say to you?
I don't.
So
I don't get it.
Anyways,
well, I'm sorry that happened to you.
That was my big bitch for today, and it just, you know, it didn't ruin our day because I was so glad to spend time with my sisters, but it was just kind of like, God, hell. What the hell?
It's always something, right? It's always something,
right?
So man, so.
So anyway, bitching about the cost of living nowadays. I do want to brag a little bit because our last one, if anybody watched, was about the Bears and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I wonder who won that game.
Yeah, I kind of watched that beating of the Cowboys. It was pretty pathetic, So, I don't want to say I bowed to the greatness yet, because we'll see, but I do give some kudos. They were the better team, so I will admit it. Yeah, I was screaming a lot about how everybody was fired, you know, because I do that a lot, and of course, you know, nobody's fired.
Yes.
But I feel better saying, you're fired, you know, why'd you do that? Why'd you throw the ball? You know, and so I was just like, my head was like this.
We had a crazy time watching that with, you know, we had quite a few people at my house, and we had a divided sense of, you know, some people had Cowboys stuff on and some people had Bears stuff on, and it was just so much fun. We had Lou Malnati's pizza. Shout out Lou Malnati's because they are so good, and that's a Chicago pizza.
Well, and you even saw, like, if you saw the pictures, it's like, you know, even our husbands were flip-flopped, right? Your husband was wearing Dallas Cowboys and my husband was wearing Chicago, and I have to do a little correction. He's not from Chicago. He's on the west side of Chicago, about 2 hours. And we watched the podcast. You know, he was watching it. He's like, Chicago. And I'm like, okay, let me correct myself. He's on the northwest side of Illinois. So I just have to, correct that because he looked at me kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, if you're from Illinois, most of like the surrounding areas, like some people from St. Louis are, big Bears fans, and I wouldn't say Wisconsin because obviously the Packers,
Yeah, which is a big game tonight for us to watch. Talk about it just quickly. Yeah, so the Bears are playing the Cowboys are playing the Packers. We'll see how that turns out. But Micah Parsons did get traded to the Packers, and he will be there. And so I
won't feel so bad that we're the only ones owned by them.
Yeah,
after tonight's game.
So I love Micah Parsons. So I'm happy that he's still playing.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see the matchups of his previous teammates, and will he be able to come around or something and like tackle his teammate or whatever he's going to do, get an interception. So I think that's going to be an interesting dynamic to kind of put that side friendship or whatever. I know they're all competitors, but I would think that would be really hard to do,
Plus, I guess I don't know how this all works because we don't go behind the scenes, but he's got to know like all the plays and stuff of that team because he was just on the team. So, and he was the one who catched, right? Or caught the ball or whatever. Right. So he knows the ins and outs of what they would be doing.
Yeah, what they will be doing.
I'm sure they don't change it up that much.
Yeah.
But so it should be an interesting game.
Yeah.
I do know a lot of people that are in Wisconsin, so I know that y'all are very excited about that game. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
My Bears were playing the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's touch and go. They had a lot of turnovers. The Raiders threw the ball to the Bears quite a bit turnovers. But we'll see how that game turns out today.
Yeah.
So that's our bitching.
Yeah.
Do you have moaning?
I do have a moaning. So told you last week I let you guess, right? Mm-hmm. So my moaning this week, staying with the celebrity theme.
Mm.
Oh my God. Have to compose myself. Channing Tatum.
Oh.
Yes. And
yum.
when I think of him, is going back to Magic Mike. Oh my heavens.
Gosh,
give me a fit here. Let me just use my card for a minute. So the first Magic Mike came out in 2012, and then there was 2 follow-ups in 2015 and then 2023, I believe. But there's a song in there, My Pony by Genuine.
Mm-hmm. Oh, when he's doing all the woodworking and
moving. And then he does it on stage. And I'm like, I'm just that is a beautiful man. I love my husband, but at the same time, I can appreciate.
I think
he's just
my favorite part of those movies, and my moan for those movies is when the last one when he was with Salma Hayek, and they're in her apartment. And he starts dancing with her, and like he puts her up against a wall, and then he puts her down. He's like, he's just grinding on her. It's like, oh god, and she's hot. Salma Hayek is one hot lady.
Yeah,
I can moan
goals
her.
To be.
No kidding.
Oh, man.
And she I love her attitude. I love how she carries herself, and she's like no holds barred, and she, embraces her age and her whatever she looks like, weight, no weight, whatever. I think she's just beautiful.
Yes,
beautiful.
She's stunning.
And that was a hot scene. Definitely some moaning there for sure.
I'm like, oh my! Even Matthew McConaughey in there was sort of like,
I like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. So the interesting thing about Channing is seeing him in that role, and then seeing him go to the Lost City with Sandra Bullock.
Oh yeah.
I didn't realize he was so funny, but it was it was a cute type of side of him. And then when he did, what was it?
21 Drum Street, 21 and 22 Drum Street.
Right, that one I'm like, okay, what was the one he just did?
He's got one coming
Blink
out.
Twice.
Oh, that was
where
scary.
He was like a creepy dude, and I'm like, he had that smile, and it's like, I could see how you could get wrapped up in his web and that, but he's a very versatile actor, which you don't stereotype him for a lot of things. I mean, after he got out of Magic Mike, of course, he could do another one. I would watch him all the time, but it was just interesting to see his versatility? I guess it's the right versatility. But Magic.
He's got another one coming out soon. It's God, I can't remember the name of it, but it's actually a true story where like he robs banks or he robs stores or something like that, and then somebody says to him, well, you should lay low for a while, so he goes and into like a toy store or a shopping store, something like that, and then he hides in there, and then he meets some girl, and it's the girl from Bring It On. I forgot what her name was. Yeah, I forgot her name. Of course. But she's awesome. The girl from I don't remember her name, but anyways, they kind of.
We'll get a picture of her up here. So
that's like his love interest, but he looks good.
It looks really cute. So he's.
I like him. That's your moaning. I love it.
Oh my God.
I just have the food moaning for me today. That's it. All the Texas Fair stuff. It was just God. You remember how you were saying that you go
Yeah.
Well, we were sitting there. My sister just kept on this is so good. And she just kept on doing that. And my other sister's like, what is wrong with you? Are you okay? You have an orgasm over there or what? And we were just like, every bite was just,
it could be orgasmic. It tastes so good,
right? God, I forgot to tell you this. And I will put a picture of this up there. One thing I did see was kind of weird was cotton candy bacon. Yes.
Oh,
it's
wow.
Right here. Big, huge piece of bacon. And then they wrap it with cotton candy, and you just eat it. I mean, I'm sure that was like heavenly. I almost bought one, but I was like, I don't know if I eat the whole thing because I don't like bacon. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I like ham, but I don't like bacon unless it's like super crispy.
Right.
But this was cool looking. It was like a big stick of bacon with cotton candy around it. I was like, yum. I asked some guy, I'm like, can I take a picture of that? He's like, sure. Here it is.
Some of the combinations they do are like sound horrid, and then you take a bite of it and you're like, I had no idea. And there's so many things. I don't even know. You would have to get a season pass and go all 3 weeks just to try something different. Yeah. And then they have award-winning ones that are out there. So, but a lot of them. Mine was the fried pumpkin pie when I went. I love the fairs as well, and I just like to walk around and look at the pavilion and the Hispanic pavilion they have with a lot of the Day of the Dead, and then they had even a memorial for the Uvalde children. That was a beautiful pavilion, just all the clothes and jewelry, but I always like seeing what other people bring. So I'm one of those people that just wants to walk around. I'm not a ride person. Did the Ferris wheel? It was too tall. It scared me shitless. Really? Yeah, I just I'm not scared of heights. I'm scared of falling from them. Maybe there's people I can picture myself like, and then I'm like, okay, I'm dead, So, I love, I love the fair too, and it's just a lot of fun. So,
well, I guess I'm almost out of wine.
I know I've been drinking a little bit at a time.
We bitched and we moaned. We let you into our new set. And shared some really good wine with you guys. So we hope you enjoyed it. And next week, maybe we'll... I forgot. We have a little teaser for you guys. So this upcoming week is a pretty big week for one beautifully intelligent, smart, theatrical... so like outside the box thinking woman that we want to celebrate, none other than Taylor Swift herself.
Yes.
The official showgirl that is coming your way. She is dropping her album
October 3rd. So it's coming out Friday. I believe that's Friday. Yeah.
What is it? Stories or Tales from a Showgirl?
Tales from a
show or something like Tales from a Showgirl or show, whatever it is. But yes, big showgirl.
Life of a showgirl.
Life of a showgirl. Yes. So she's been recording that. She recorded it during her Eras tour, if you guys don't know that. And she has been, her and all her Easter eggs. So I think we were going to drop a little Easter egg here too. She might not be the only showgirl.
Yes.
Coming your way.
That's right.
So stay tuned because we love feathers and we love glitter and glitz just as much as Tay-Tay does.
That's right. We love Vegas as well.
Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Stays in Vegas unless we decide to let you in on our podcast of some things.
So stay tuned. Yes. And we will see you next week.
Alrighty. Bye, y'all.